When people first bring a cat into their home, they often start noticing small details about their new companion's body. One of the most common surprises is discovering that male cats, just like females, have nipples. At first, it can seem strange. Why would a male cat, who doesn't nurse kittens, have them at all? Today, let's take a closer look at this fascinating topic and explain everything a cat parent should know about male cat nipples, why they exist, what they look like, and when you should or shouldn't worry about them. First, the short and simple answer is yes, male cats have nipples. Just like in humans and many other mammals, nipples develop early in the womb before the body's sex is fully determined. Both males and females follow the same early blueprint, and nipples form before hormones decide whether the kitten will be male or female. In females, nipples serve a clear purpose: to nurse kittens. In males, they remain as a harmless leftover feature with no functional use. On a male cat, nipples are small, slightly raised spots along the belly and chest. Most cats, male or female, have between 6 and 8 nipples, though some may have fewer or more. It isn't unusual for a cat to have an odd number. Their placement is usually in 2 parallel rows running down the underside of the cat, but they can be tiny and hard to see, especially on cats with thick fur. If you gently run your hand along your male cat's belly, you may feel these small bumps under the fur. Some owners even mistake them for ticks, scabs, or small skin growths until they learn what they are. Since male cats don't produce milk, their nipples don't have any functional role. They don't change much over the course of a cat's life, except perhaps becoming more noticeable on hairless cats or those with less fur on their belly. In contrast, female cats that have been pregnant or nursed kittens will often have more prominent, stretched, or darker nipples. This is why veterinarians sometimes check the nipples of a female cat when determining whether she has had kittens before. It's important for cat owners to understand what's normal and what's not. Male cat nipples are usually small, flat, and unremarkable. They should not be red, swollen, leaking fluid, or painful to the touch. If you notice sudden changes such as swelling, discharge, lumps, or your cat licking or biting at them excessively, that's a signal something else is going on. While it's rare, male cats can develop conditions like dermatitis, skin infections, or even mammary tumors. Yes, believe it or not, male cats can develop breast cancer, though it's much less common than in females. That's why it's always a good idea to keep an eye out for anything unusual. Many cat parents ask, can I accidentally hurt my cat by touching his nipples? The answer is no. Gently petting or brushing over them doesn't cause harm. Cats are more likely to be ticklish on their bellies than actually hurt by nipple contact. Some cats dislike having their belly touched in general, but that's about personal comfort and trust, not the nipples themselves. Another common question is whether neutering affects male cat nipples. The truth is, neutering doesn't change their appearance. Because nipples in males aren't hormonally active, removing the testicles doesn't make them disappear or become more visible. They simply stay as they are. One fun fact many owners don't realize is that nipple count in cats doesn't depend on gender. Both male and female cats can have 6, 7, 8, or even more nipples. That means your male cat could have the same number of nipples as a mother cat. It's a reminder that biology often repeats patterns in both sexes even when only one uses a feature. From an evolutionary perspective, nipples on males are not a defect or mistake, they're simply a neutral trait that doesn't interfere with survival. Because they cause no harm, nature has no reason to remove them. This is true across mammals. Male dogs, horses, cows, and even humans all have nipples that don't serve a reproductive function. Cats are no exception. For new cat owners, discovering nipples on a male cat can spark unnecessary worry. Some people fear their cat has tumors, parasites, or abnormal growths. That's why it's so important to spread awareness. Recognizing that nipples are perfectly normal helps prevent panic. It also helps cat owners develop a habit of checking their cat's belly occasionally, not because of the nipples themselves, but to make sure there aren't any unusual lumps or changes in the surrounding area. Early detection of skin or glandular issues can save a cat's life. In rare cases, medical conditions can cause changes around a male cat's nipples. Allergies or skin irritations may make them appear red or itchy. Obesity can make them harder to see under fat tissue. Older male cats may occasionally develop mammary tumors, especially if they were never neutered, because hormones like estrogen and progesterone still play a role in their system. Although this is uncommon, being aware helps you stay proactive about your cat's health. Beyond health concerns, knowing about male cat nipples is simply part of understanding your pet's body. Cats are mysterious and often independent creatures, but every small detail teaches us something about them. Whether it's the way their whiskers sense air currents, their ability to purr for comfort, or the little nipples hidden under their fur, each part is a piece of the bigger picture that makes cats so unique. So, do male cats have nipples? Absolutely, yes. Are they important? Not in the way female nipples are, but they are a perfectly normal and natural part of feline anatomy. They don't harm the cat, they don't require special care, and they usually go unnoticed unless you're looking for them. As a responsible pet parent, the best thing you can do is simply be aware of them, recognize what's normal, and pay attention to any unusual changes that could point to a health problem. In conclusion, male cat nipples are nothing to be alarmed about. They are small, harmless reminders of how all mammals share common developmental pathways. For your cat, they don't carry any function, but for you as an owner, they offer one more opportunity to learn and connect with your furry friend. The more you know about your cat's body, the better you can protect, care for, and appreciate them for the amazing creatures they are.